it is absolutely time to introduce our first speaker. So Kevin Suboski has been in business for over 29 years. Currently, he is increasing the effectiveness of other entrepreneurs through his business design course and helping leadership teams implement the entrepreneurial operating system, also known as EOS. Kevin has worked with hundreds of entrepreneurs and is driven to help them live their best lives. Through one-to-one and group coaching, Kevin helps his clients get more of what they want out of their business and gives them the confidence and peace of mind that comes from doing the right work well. If everybody could please join me in welcoming my friend and someone I have total faith in, Kevin Suboski, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for that beautiful introduction, and thanks for reading it exactly the way I wrote it. It was beautiful. You guys, I'm really excited to be here today. I'm honored for this opportunity to share some of my thoughts on referral marketing. I started with referral marketing 7 years ago. As Steve mentioned, I'm an EOS implementer. The EOS is the Entrepreneurial Operating System. It's a set of tools to help businesses from 10 to 250 people run better, lead better, get better results out of their business. And I also have a program working with solopreneurs, growing a brilliant business, helping them grow to the point where they can become EOS companies. And what I do with those companies is I bring in a standard set of practices, a way of doing things. I help systemize their organization, because through systemizing it, it increases their capacity to consistently improve and drive reliability, effectiveness, and efficiency. And so 7 years ago, when I started off with Steve, I wanted to be better at referral marketing. And what I saw was, of all the practices in business, referral marketing is one of the last ones that we have yet to really specify and systemize. It seems to me that what we have, and when we go into referral marketing, most people are winging it. We're just going out and feeling our intuition. And the truth is, some people are great at it. Those people have an intuition. They love people. They just love to hang out with people and talk to people, like Steve, and he just loves to help them. And so he doesn't have to have a standard practice to figure out how to do it well. But for the rest of us who are not necessarily intuitive with that, we need more guidance. And so I want to share with you today a structure to really help drive, and I'm getting this up, to really help drive your efficiency and effectiveness. And so my objective today is to really point you in the direction to develop referral marketing practices that are more reliable, effective, and efficient. Consistency. And so the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to share 5 different insights. And as when I say I'm going to point you in the direction, the truth is I can't tell you exactly what your process is, but I can show you the process to develop the process. And the first thing I want to share with you is just our understanding of referral marketing is not effective. It's our understanding of referral marketing is that it's different than it really is. And so I'm going to share with you what referral marketing is. I want to share with you what a referral marketing process looks like in general. And then I'm going to show you the journey to go on to help you design your perfect structure and the perfect practices. And then I want to show you the way to really drive all this is to track your performance and follow up on that. So first of all, let's talk about what is referral marketing. And referral marketing is a type of what I call network marketing. And network marketing is a form of marketing. There's lots of forms. There's advertising, there's radio, TV, there's billboards. Network marketing is very personal. It's in your face. It's word of mouth. It's like talking to people. And there's 2 ways that we can do this. We can go to an event with the intention of meeting our customer. And so I call that prospecting, where you're going out and you're talking to someone and your thought is, are you a potential customer? And like this image of us like going through them, like asking them questions, and they're sort of going through you and you're trying to see if it's a fit, right? So you're doing that. Whereas referral marketing is a very different phenomenon. Really, with referral marketing, what you're trying to do is take a little real estate in someone else's mind, train them about you so that they can go out and do this, pulling the close out with your customers. It's a very different phenomenon. So the prospect, when I'm talking to a prospect, they know the domain. They know what I'm talking about. I can use special language and they'll understand it. I know they care about their customers. They understand the market, whereas the referral marketing person may not. And so a lot of times what we bring is vague, not specific things to the referral marketing space and trying to recruit someone to be a referral marketer. And so what does a referral marketing process look like? And I use a couple of terms here. So portfolio of relationships. Really what a referral marketing process is getting crisp on who are you going to develop relationships with. I have a paper on this. It's at the end. I'll show you how to get that. You can email me to get a copy of that paper. But really what a portfolio of relationships is it's a taxonomy of types of people that you're talking to and nurturing to get them to the point where they are effective for you. And so I break it down into 4. And so this is what I've come up with for my world, right? So I'm introduced to somebody, I just met them, they don't know me, they don't know what I'm doing. And if they're going to be of any benefit to me at all, I either need to decide they're a good fit for me and nurture that relationship and grow them into a casual acquaintance, or I need to say goodbye to them. Casual acquaintances, like we know each other, kind of like to see them. I know their name, but I don't know, I probably won't refer them, but they may be a good fit. So I want to work with them more. Next time I see them, I'm going to talk to them more. And then at some point they become a warm collaborator, or what we might call them a referral partner. They're somebody that actually knows enough about what I do to be able to talk to customers about it. And then there's strategic partner, those people with whom I have a close relationship. Steve is an example of that. We're strategic partners with one another. He knows what I do sometimes better than I do. And so I only need about 6 to 7 strategic partners, and that's what I'm driving for. Your business, you may need something different. You need to figure that out, what it is for you. You need to, so if you specify it and then you become purposeful at producing those and tracking them, you will get better results in your referral marketing practices. So you need to specify what kind and what those people are like, and then how many of each that you want. I tend to focus on the number of warm collaborators and strategic partners, and I'm trying to get as many of the other ones as that come along with that. And then you need specific practices to nurture those existing relationships. I want to move that introduce all the way to strategic partner through very specific actions. And then I need actions to meet new people. And so this is what a strategic or a process for referral marketing looks like. Yours is going to be some form of this. And what it is specifically to you is dependent upon who you are. And so how do you figure that out? It's a journey, man. It's a journey to figure this out. And every step you make gets you better. I'm still on the journey. I'm still figuring these things out. But at the heart of it, that's me on the left. I don't know if I can do that. No. And then my referral partner on the right, and I'm planting seeds at this point. Really what I'm trying to do is gain real estate, gain sticky space inside their head so they take me everywhere they go and that they think of me in a positive way when I want them to think of me. And so when I do that through communication and interaction, and so I do that through clear, concise, compelling, coherent conversation. The truth is, in general, what I hear in referral marketing conversations is very vague. One of the biggest things I talk about is target market. Who's your target market? And anybody that says anyone, I know they're never going to be that great at referral marketing, because if I say I can help anyone, then you cannot occupy a space in their mind. It goes in one ear and out the other because they can't process that. So being more specific. I had a colleague and a customer that I worked with for months and months and months, and I would ask for referrals. And eventually we sat down at lunch and I got really specific. I got absurdly specific. And at the end of the conversation, he said, "Oh, my brother-in-law." And I'm like, I wanted to choke the guy because it's like, you've not thought of your brother-in-law before? But no, he hadn't. But I just used some words and dialed it in so that that popped into his mind. So clear, concise, compelling, coherent. Now, what am I sharing with him? I'm sharing stuff about me. I'm demonstrating me and showing myself. And really, this is a personal inquiry. Who are you? A lot of people in business show their facade, their business facade. And referral relationships is really, it's about person to person, human to human. And if you're not showing yourself, your vulnerable, open and honest self, you're leaving money on the table and you're leading a less satisfying life. And so really, who are you? Show yourself, figure that out. There's some questions on there. You can read those. And then I bring something, right? I bring the company that I work for. I need to be able to articulate that crisply. I need to be able to talk about the product. Target market is such a huge thing. It's like, get really specific, demographic, geographic, and psychographic. And then figure out we are all, we all love our craft. And I had to do this in my presentation here. It's like, I'm giving you these tactics, we're all sausage makers at a little level, and we want to talk about this making of the sausage. But really what matters is describing the benefits and getting really crystal clear. It's like, what do you do for your customers? And so it's not about the things that you do, about what's the impact on their lives. And those are things that you have to share and plant the seed so you can occupy space in your referral marketing partner's brain. And then it's one of the key things is like, who's a good fit for you? Because you can't have a relationship with everybody. And the more that you're strategic about who you pick, the better off you're going to be. And the first thing is probably one of my latest realizations, but it's the first thing, is they got to be the kind of person you like. I used to look for somebody that was kind of like really checked all the business boxes, but I may not like them. And it's like, I just stopped doing that, man. If we don't have a personal connection, I'm not going to drive it. I'm not going to make it happen. If they may come after me, but it's not on my portfolio of relationships if they're not someone that I like. They also need to know the people that I need to meet. If they don't come and they don't counter or don't have relationships with those people, that we can't have a relationship that's going to matter. And then they have to have the kind of relationship with them that matters. And so what I need is people that have personal relationships with CEOs, but they have to be close relationships, because those CEOs have to confide in them that their stuff isn't doing great, right? They have to have the kind of relationship where the CEO feels comfortable enough with them to say, yeah, no, I'm really struggling with people. I'm not getting what I want. Because then they can say, oh, I want you to meet Kevin. They can't go like, hey, is your business broken? And if you don't have that relationship, an entrepreneur is not going to share that information. So they have to have that kind of. And then what really makes it sing is if they have some need which you can provide. And so when you're out and about in your referral marketing and the actions, and you're making assessments about your portfolio relationship, you got to really focus on the kind of person that you're wanting. And so that's the structure. So that's what's going to give you the design of kind of the structure. But then at the end of the day, you need to act. And so the structure gives you guidance for what sort of action to be in. And I'll just give you these generalizations that overall, the actions that you're in are really about two things. It's about demonstrating the intellectual things that you share, the model, demonstrating the target market, demonstrating the benefits, demonstrating your competence, and then showing that you care and caring for them. Because as much as we want to make sure they understand everything about us, it's probably more about growing the heart than it is the mind. And so being able to, so the mind is important. You've got to show them the practices, to show them what you taught them, to demonstrate it, because they're not going to understand it. You got to show them 7 times. And if you demonstrate it, they're going to learn it quicker. And then you have to show them you're competent, because nobody wants to refer someone that's no good at something to their friends. It doesn't look good on them. It doesn't help their dignity in the marketplace. And then collaborate, find some way to work with them, do something with them. And depending upon where you are and what your offer is, this is either more important or less important. If you've got an easy to understand offer where you are king of the marketplace, then you probably don't have to collaborate as much. Somebody like me, it is nearly 100% of what I try to do. The reason I'm speaking today is because of my desire, and I work with Steve and go like, how can we work together? And it's collaborating, and it's collaborating in a way that I get to know Steve, I help Steve, Steve helps me, Steve gets to know me, and then we build that relationship, and we're doing this with each other. But then you have to show them that you care. If you don't care, it won't matter to them. You won't occupy a space in their mind. They won't take you with them. And you've got to care for them, and you've got to care for the people they love, your potential clients. That's what you share. You share your potential clients. And if you demonstrate and show and demonstrate your care for them, then you're going to grow their love for you. And they're going to want to help you, and they're going to want to bring you in to help the other people they love. Very powerful. So we've designed our actions, we've designed the structure, designed the actions. And here's like the key, one of the key things. And if you only take one thing from this talk today, it's track your numbers. Keep a scorecard. Every time I've been in trouble with my referral marketing, my pipeline is gone. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Every time that I've just said, okay, I'm going to track my conversations day in and day, every week, track them every day. I'm doing this now. Figure out that number. Ultimately, the atom of a referral marketing practice is a conversation. You're talking to people. And if you're like me, sometimes I don't want to talk to people. I just don't. And so if I track that, right, this is one of the things that different people who are just natural at this just love to go out and talk to people. The rest of us, we need a reason to do it. And so when you track conversations, it really drives things. Now, the second thing is the leads received. And this is profound because you can correlate over time, you can correlate the number of conversations to the number of leads. And so if you're getting half the leads you need, then you have to double the number of conversations, full stop, until you get better. You can always improve it, but you can only improve it incrementally. You can double the conversations, not that hard. And the reality is you need to be in more conversations than you think. Sad truth. I see this over and over again. And when I say conversations, I'm pretty low bar on what a conversation is. I send an email out, text someone, that's a conversation to me. But for me, the thing that moves my business is 20 conversations a day, 100 a week. And that's hard. But if you are in a place where you really need to move the dial, you've got to do. So the way I got there is I started with 5. It didn't produce the results I needed. And so I doubled it to 10. It didn't produce the results I needed. So I kept going. And so choose those actions. There's a list of things that show up on my scorecard from time to time. You can read them. And then track weekly. So these are the actions that are going to make a difference, right? This is part of the process. This is the specification of the process. These are the actions that you're going to be in. And then these are the number, right? That goal is the number. And then you track it weekly and review that weekly, preferably with someone else. In EOS, Entrepreneurial Operating System, we talk about a level 10 meeting, and you can work that with a partner and then discuss and solve when off track. So in summary, dial in your design, do referral marketing, not prospecting. I hear so many people selling rather than building relationships. And when dialing into your design to be coherent with your heart and soul, if you love what you do, if you're passionate about what you do, if you're really trying to make a difference and be with the people that you love, that's infectious. People want to be around that. They want to introduce you to their friends. And then you've got to nurture and care for those referral relationships. So I look at my portfolio of relationships once a week. I look at all the names in them, and just that keeps them present in my mind. And I think, what can I do for them? What can I do for them? What can I do for them? And then you've got to specify actions, turn it into a plan, and then track your execution, because that's what's going to tell you whether you need to make some changes to your design or not. So that's what I have to say today. If you are interested in this, again, this is 20 minutes and it's not enough time. I'm doing a 90-minute workshop, October 24th. Here's a QR code. Go ahead and register for that. If you want to learn more, be in a conversation with me, there's my calendar link. Or God forbid, you should know somebody that is an entrepreneur that's really good with what they do with their customers, and they're ambitious and don't know what to do. Introduce them to me. I can help them grow their business. That my email is at the bottom in case you want that portfolio of relationships paper. I also have a generalized marketing system workbook that can be useful if you really want to move this forward. And again, it's a great place. I'm here helping the community. This is love. You can show some love by bringing some referrals my way if you want. So that's it. Are there any questions?
All right, well, first and foremost, let's put our hands together for a well thought out presentation from Kevin Suboski. He is a referral scientist. He likes to go into the lab and dissect how referrals come together. We would love to open the floor up to anybody that has any questions for Kevin. If you're somebody who's familiar working with Kevin and you've got anything you'd like to say about him, we'd love to hear from you too. So I always say the first person to talk usually wins. All you need to do is unmute yourself and get the question out there.
I don't know if I have a question, but I want to comment. EOS is a phenomenal system. And if you haven't read the book Traction, I highly recommend it because I'm guilty of not having structures in the place. So Kevin is doing a great job. Thank you, Kevin.
Welcome. Thanks.
I have a question about the cold shower on the bottom of the chart.
On the bottom of the chart. I don't know what chart you're referring to.
It was your referral chart. You had, conversations, you had follow-up, and it was, big chart in the very bottom. It's like,
yeah. This is a big point. So I think one of the biggest challenges we all face as business people and solopreneurs is mood management. And so one of the things I put on my scorecard is things that maintain an effective mood, because that is probably, when I work with solopreneurs, it is the biggest strategic challenge, bar none. Being on point, not afraid, in love, passionate. And so when I look at, I've got like 5 things that I do that are like reliable, and cold bath, cold shower. And I did it this morning. I jumped into a lake. I did a sauna and jumped into a lake this morning. Oh my God. But it is profound. It is, read up on it if you don't know about it. It's a huge dopamine hit. If you're seeing some energy today, it's probably because of that, the lake. Does that help?
well, that's what I was looking for. I mean, I knew it was something that connected to a larger subject, so I figured I'd touch on it.
Yeah, I try to put my mood management stuff in there. I generally track exercise, my food, those sorts of things, especially when things are tanking. I like dial it up. I wish I were like, I consistently did it all the time. I'm a visionary, so I lose track. Any other questions?
Not a question, but testimonial. Kevin's been great for how I look at my business and how I interact with others and how I constitute my business. So really, if you haven't talked with Kevin one-on-one, you really should.
Thank you, Patrick, old friend.
I got a question, Kevin.
Yeah.
How do you, so I'm one-on-one, I'm really extroverted with people, but like in a group or, I don't know. And honestly, I turned my screen off because I can't see that well. My laptop's broken right now, but so I can't really see everybody. So it makes me less nervous. But how do you get, like you said, it's not natural for you to, like connect with people. How do you psych yourself up to get over that hurdle? Like, what's like one tip that you've done?
I would say be more vulnerable.
Yeah.
Just be willing to be shitty, and and the more that I've dialed into my authenticity, just really looking, it's an inquiry, like, who am I? And to do what I do, right? So when I look at the actions that I'm in my business work well with me. I used to design my marketing practices around the right answer. And now what I do is like, what are those marketing tactics that fit who I am? And so for you, maybe public speaking isn't the thing. I love this. This is good for me. And so I dial my practice that way. So it's like, figure out how to make your practices work for who you are. If you do 80% of something that's possible for you, it's far better than doing 10% of the perfect thing.
Gotcha. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so we've got to keep things moving, but I just wanted to say this was a fantastic presentation from Kevin Suboski. Kevin, thank you. His presentation slides were put into the chat. So if you want to download those, the QR codes are on there to connect with Kevin as well too. And just to give everybody just a little direction on what we're doing next. So at 10 o'clock, our next presenter, Penny Wilson, will be going. But before then, we'll be doing live networking session number 1, which will be starting here in just a quick moment. All you need to do is go back to the landing page when we end this part of the session and click on the live networking session if you'd like to be a part of that. The other thing that I'd like to do is mention the people that donated to Sent with Love before Referraltopia even started. So Christopher Prost, Janine Yancey, Courtney Hudson, Jessica Dooland, Amanda Gavalier, Robert Pierce, Brian Soroa, Julie Palmer. Thank all of you for your big hearts. And there is a donation box as well too on the landing page. If you're getting value today and you'd like to support a nonprofit, we sure would appreciate your support. Great job today, Kevin. We appreciate you. Kevin will also be involved in the networking sessions as our other speakers. We're going to go ahead and end this session right now. Go back to the landing page. And if you're planning on doing the networking, please click on that part. We'll see you there in just a moment.